Fast bowling in Test cricket is the ultimate examination of skill, stamina, and mental toughness. Unlike any other format, it demands sustained pace, relentless accuracy, and the ability to break world-class batting lineups over long spells. In this video, we rank the top 20 greatest Test fast bowlers of all time, strictly limited to officially retired players, using a Test-only, data-driven approach. Our criteria include career wickets, bowling average, strike rate, economy rate, match-winning impact through 4, 5, and 10-wicket hauls, as well as era and conditions. From legends who dominated uncovered pitches to modern greats who succeeded on flat surfaces, this countdown spans the full history of Test cricket. These are the bowlers who defined greatness with the red ball. Welcome to real-life top 10s. Let's begin. Coming in at number 20 is Bob Willis, one of England's most fearsome and emotionally driven fast bowlers in Test cricket history. Bowling with a long, aggressive run-up and sharp bounce, Willis was a genuine strike bowler who thrived on hostility and intensity. Over 90 Test matches, he claimed 325 wickets, consistently leading England's attack through the late 1970s and early 1980s. Willis's defining moment came at Headingley in 1981, where his legendary spell of 8 for 43 against Australia turned the Ashes on its head and became one of the greatest bowling performances in Test cricket history. He was particularly effective on lively pitches, using lift and seam movement to unsettle top-class batters. Beyond the numbers, Willis brought fire, leadership, and a warrior mentality to England's bowling unit. His impact in pressure moments and his role in one of Test cricket's most iconic matches secure his place among the game's greatest fast bowlers. Coming in at number 19 is Chaminda Vaas, Sri Lanka's greatest ever fast bowler in Test cricket and one of the finest exponents of control and consistency the game has seen. Operating in conditions traditionally unfriendly to fast bowling, Vaas mastered swing, seam, and relentless accuracy to become a match winner on both flat subcontinental pitches and overseas tours. Across 111 Test matches, Vaas claimed 355 wickets, often carrying Sri Lanka's pace attack almost single-handedly. His ability to extract movement with the old ball, maintain pressure over long spells, and exploit even the slightest assistance made him invaluable in long Test battles. Vaas was particularly effective against top-order batters, using late swing and subtle changes of angle rather than sheer pace. While he rarely relied on intimidation, Vaas's intelligence and endurance allowed him to dominate sessions and change matches through sustained pressure. In an era dominated by faster, more glamorous bowlers, Chaminda Vaas proved that precision, discipline, and resilience could be just as devastating in Test cricket. Coming in at number 18 is Fred Trueman, one of the most fearsome and influential fast bowlers of early Test cricket. At a time when uncovered pitches and minimal protective gear defined the game, Trueman combined genuine pace with late swing to terrorize batters across the world. In 67 Test matches, he took 307 wickets, becoming the first bowler in history to reach the 300-wicket milestone. Trueman's strength lay in his ability to extract movement at high speed, particularly with the new ball. His outswinger was legendary, and his competitive fire made him a constant threat in pressure situations. He played a crucial role in England's successes during the 1950s and early 1960s, often leading the attack on difficult surfaces. Beyond the numbers, Trueman set the template for modern fast bowling, aggressive, skillful, and uncompromising. His impact on the role of the fast bowler in Test cricket secures his place among the game's all-time greats. Coming in at number 17 is Shaun Pollock, one of the most reliable and intelligent fast bowlers in Test cricket history. Renowned for his immaculate control, subtle movement, and tactical awareness, Pollock rarely relied on raw pace. Instead, he dismantled batting lineups through relentless accuracy, seam movement, and the ability to exploit even the smallest mistakes. Across 108 Test matches, Pollock claimed 421 wickets at an outstanding average, combining effectiveness with remarkable economy. His ability to maintain pressure over long spells made him a captain's dream and a nightmare for batters seeking easy runs. Equally effective at home and abroad, Pollock thrived in varied conditions, from seaming surfaces in South Africa to flatter tracks overseas. Beyond his bowling, Pollock's leadership and all-round contributions added immense value to his team. While less flamboyant than some contemporaries, his sustained excellence, durability, and calm authority defined an era of South African Test cricket. Shaun Pollock's greatness lies in mastery through discipline, precision, and consistency. Coming in at number 16 is Courtney Walsh, one of the toughest, most durable, and fiercely competitive fast bowlers in Test cricket history. A pillar of the great West Indies pace era, Walsh combined stamina, accuracy, and unrelenting hostility to wear down batters across long spells. Standing tall and extracting steep bounce, he was a constant threat in all conditions. Over a remarkable career spanning nearly 2 decades, Walsh played 132 Test matches and claimed 519 wickets, becoming the first bowler in history to reach the 500-wicket milestone. He thrived as both a strike bowler and a relentless enforcer, forming devastating partnerships with legends like Curtly Ambrose and Malcolm Marshall. His ability to sustain pressure session after session made him invaluable in long test matches. Beyond the statistics, Walsh's leadership, resilience, and refusal to give an inch embodied the spirit of West Indies fast bowling. A warrior with the red ball, Courtney Walsh remains one of Test cricket's great iron men. Coming in at number 15 is Michael Holding, one of the fastest and most elegant fast bowlers Test cricket has ever witnessed. Nicknamed Whispering Death for his silent, gliding run-up, Holding combined extreme pace with smooth rhythm and lethal accuracy. At his peak, he was virtually unplayable, capable of dismantling batting lineups in devastating bursts. Holding played 60 test matches for the West Indies, taking 249 wickets at an exceptional average, often striking on the flattest pitches and against the strongest opposition of his era. His most iconic performance came in 1976 against England at the Oval, where he claimed 14 wickets in the match, producing one of the most fearsome displays of fast bowling in Test history. While injuries shortened his career, Holding's impact was immense. He set the standard for fast, aggressive bowling in the modern game and played a key role in the rise of West Indies' pace dominance. Graceful, terrifying, and iconic, Michael Holding remains a symbol of pure fast bowling excellence. Coming in at number 14 is Waqar Younis, one of the most destructive fast bowlers in Test cricket history. With blistering pace and late, vicious reverse swing, Waqar redefined fast bowling in the 1990s. His lethal in-swinging Yorker and ability to shatter stumps made him a constant threat, especially when the ball aged and conditions suited movement. In just 87 test matches, Waqar claimed 373 wickets at a remarkable strike rate, making him one of the fastest wicket-takers the game has ever seen. He produced countless match-winning spells, regularly ripping through top orders in a matter of overs. Unlike many express bowlers, Waqar remained effective even on flat pitches, using swing rather than bounce to dominate. While injuries limited his longevity, Waqar's peak was among the most frightening in Test history. His influence extended beyond statistics, inspiring a generation of fast bowlers to master reverse swing. At his best, Waqar Younis was simply devastating, a bowler who could change a Test match in a single spell. Coming in at number 13 is Dennis Lil Lee, one of the most influential fast bowlers in the history of Test cricket. Lil Lee combined genuine pace, aggressive bounce, and fierce competitiveness to dominate batters during the 1970s and early 1980s. More importantly, he revolutionized fast bowling through fitness, professionalism, and tactical intelligence. Across 70 test matches, Lil Lee took 355 wickets, becoming the first fast bowler to reach the 300-wicket milestone in Test cricket. His career is especially remarkable considering he returned from a serious back injury and reinvented himself as a smarter, more skillful bowler rather than relying purely on speed. His battles with the world's best batters defined an era of hard, uncompromising cricket. Beyond his on-field success, Lil Lee's influence extended into coaching, where he shaped future generations of fast bowlers in Australia and beyond. Fierce, relentless, and innovative, Dennis Lil Lee stands as a trailblazer who helped usher fast bowling into the modern age. Coming in at number 12 is Alan Donald, one of the fiercest and most intimidating fast bowlers of the modern Test era. Known as White Lightning, Donald combined raw pace, aggressive bounce, and late movement to terrorize batters throughout the 1990s. At his peak, he was among the fastest bowlers in the world, capable of blowing away top orders with sheer hostility. Donald played 72 test matches for South Africa, claiming 330 wickets at an exceptional average, excelling both at home and abroad. He was especially lethal with the new ball, using speed and seam movement to strike early, but remained dangerous with the old ball as well. His intense competitiveness and emotional fire made him a fearsome presence in long test battles. While injuries limited his career, Donald's impact was immense. He spearheaded South Africa's return to international cricket and set the standard for the nation's fast bowling tradition. Fast, fiery, and relentless, Alan Donald remains one of Test cricket's great strike bowlers. Coming in at number 11 is Imran Khan, one of the most complete and intelligent fast bowlers Test cricket has ever produced. Combining pace, bounce, swing, and exceptional control, Imran evolved from a raw quick into a master tactician who could dominate in any conditions. His ability to adapt his style over time made him a threat throughout his long career. Across 88 test matches, Imran claimed 362 wickets at an outstanding average, excelling on both fast and slow surfaces. He was particularly devastating with the old ball, using reverse swing to dismantle batting lineups late in test matches. Beyond his bowling, Imran's leadership transformed Pakistan into a formidable test side, inspiring a generation of fast bowlers to follow. Imran's impact extended beyond statistics. His tactical intelligence, athleticism, and calm authority under pressure made him one of the most respected figures in cricket history. A bowler, leader, and innovator, Imran Khan's legacy in Test cricket remains enduring and profound. Coming in at number 10 is Richard Hadlee, New Zealand's greatest ever Test cricketer and one of the most impactful fast bowlers in the history of the game. More than just a strike bowler, Hadlee was a complete match winner who could change the course of a Test single-handedly with both ball and bat. Across 86 Test matches, Hadlee claimed 431 wickets at an exceptional average, often carrying New Zealand's bowling attack almost on his own. His ability to generate bounce and movement off the seam made him deadly in all conditions, while his tactical intelligence allowed him to dismantle batting lineups methodically. Hadlee also holds the record for the most 5-wicket hauls in Test cricket at the time of his retirement, underlining his dominance. Beyond his statistics, Hadlee's influence was transformative. He elevated New Zealand's standing in Test cricket and set a benchmark for fast bowling all-rounders. Relentless, skillful, and fiercely competitive, Richard Hadlee remains one of the greatest forces Test cricket has ever seen. Coming in at number 9 is Andy Roberts, the pioneer of the fearsome West Indies fast bowling tradition and one of the most intelligent pace bowlers Test cricket has ever seen. Roberts wasn't just fast, he was calculating. He could vary his pace subtly, surprise batters with sudden bursts of speed, and dismantle batting lineups through intimidation and tactical brilliance. In 47 Test matches, Roberts took 202 wickets at an excellent average, often bowling on flat Caribbean pitches where fast bowlers had to earn every breakthrough. He possessed a lethal bouncer, sharp seam movement, and an uncanny ability to outthink opponents over long spells. Roberts was also instrumental in shaping the West Indies' four-pronged pace attack, mentoring legends like Holding, Garner, and Marshall. Though his raw numbers may not match later greats, Roberts' influence was immense. He changed how fast bowling was used in Test cricket as a weapon of sustained psychological pressure. A trailblazer and tactician, Andy Roberts remains one of the most important fast bowlers in cricket history. Coming in at number 8 is James Anderson, the most successful fast bowler in the history of Test cricket and a master craftsman of swing bowling. Renowned for his ability to move the ball both ways at pace, Anderson combined precision, patience, and relentless control to dismantle batting lineups over an extraordinary career spanning more than 2 decades. Across over 180 Test matches, Anderson claimed 700-plus wickets, a record no other fast bowler has ever approached. His longevity at the highest level is unmatched, maintaining elite performance well into his 40s. While conditions in England often suited swing, Anderson proved his greatness by adapting overseas, improving his effectiveness in Asia, Australia, and the subcontinent later in his career. Anderson's greatness lies not in intimidation or raw speed, but in mastery. He outthought batters, exploited conditions better than anyone, and sustained excellence across eras. Calm, skillful, and endlessly durable, James Anderson stands as a monument to consistency and technical brilliance in Test fast bowling. Coming in at number 7 is Dale Steyn, the most lethal fast bowler of the modern Test era. Steyn combined extreme pace, late swing, sharp seam movement, and relentless aggression to dominate batting lineups across all conditions. At his peak, he possessed the rare ability to take wickets anywhere in the world, on flat tracks, green seamers, and dry subcontinental pitches alike. In just 93 Test matches, Steyn claimed 439 wickets at a devastating average and one of the best strike rates in Test history. He was especially feared for his spells of sustained hostility, where he could change the course of a match in a single session. Steyn's record away from home was extraordinary, consistently outperforming peers in hostile overseas conditions. Injuries cut short what could have been an even greater career, but Steyn's peak remains unmatched among modern fast bowlers. Intimidating, skillful, and relentlessly aggressive, Dale Steyn set the benchmark for fast bowling in 21st century Test cricket. Coming in at number 6 is Sydney Barnes, the most statistically dominant fast bowler Test cricket has ever seen. Playing in the early 20th century, Barnes produced numbers that still defy belief more than 100 years later. In just 27 Test matches, he claimed 189 wickets at an astonishing average of 16.43, with a strike rate that rivals the very best of any era. Barnes was far more than a product of uncovered pitches. He possessed exceptional control, sharp swing, and subtle variations of seam that allowed him to outthink batters rather than simply overpower them. His performances away from home were particularly remarkable, including devastating spells in Australia that remain legendary to this day. While his limited number of Tests prevents him from ranking higher, Barnes' peak effectiveness is unmatched. Purely on impact and dominance per match, no fast bowler in Test history was more destructive. Sydney Barnes remains cricket's greatest statistical outlier, a bowler ahead of his time. Coming in at number 5 is Joel Garner, one of the most intimidating and effective fast bowlers in Test cricket history. Standing at 6'8", Garner extracted steep, uncomfortable bounce that few batters could handle, especially on lively surfaces. But he was far more than just height. His accuracy, discipline, and relentless control made him devastating in long Test spells. In 58 Test matches, Garner took 259 wickets at an outstanding average, often strangling batting lineups with suffocating pressure. His economy rate was exceptional for a fast bowler, allowing his strike partners to attack relentlessly at the other end. Garner rarely wasted deliveries, repeatedly hitting a probing length that forced mistakes rather than relying on sheer pace. A key member of the legendary West Indies pace quartet, Garner thrived in high-pressure situations and dominated top-quality opposition worldwide. Quiet, imposing, and ruthlessly efficient, Joel Garner embodied the art of controlled intimidation and remains one of the most formidable fast bowlers Test cricket has ever seen. Coming in at number 4 is Wasim Akram, the most skillful left-arm fast bowler Test cricket has ever produced. Blessed with natural pace, late swing, and extraordinary wrist position, Akram could move the ball both ways at high speed, even on lifeless pitches. His mastery of conventional and reverse swing made him a constant threat throughout an innings. Across 104 Test matches, Akram took 414 wickets, excelling in all conditions, from seaming English pitches to flat subcontinental tracks. He was equally dangerous with the new ball and devastating with the old, often breaking partnerships at critical moments. Unlike many fast bowlers, Akram combined artistry with intelligence, setting traps rather than relying purely on intimidation. Beyond the numbers, Akram redefined left-arm fast bowling and inspired generations of quicks worldwide. Elegant yet lethal, creative yet ruthless, Wasim Akram's blend of skill, adaptability, and sustained excellence secures his place among the very greatest fast bowlers in Test cricket history. Before we reveal the top 3 greatest fast bowlers in Test cricket history, it's worth recognizing a few honorable mentions, bowlers whose numbers, impact, and legacy placed them just outside the final podium. These were match winners, strike bowlers, and era-defining greats who dominated attacks, led their teams, and produced unforgettable spells with the red ball. On another day, in another ranking, any one of them could easily feature in the top 20. Their omission is not a slight on their greatness, but a reflection of just how high the standard is at the very top. Now, let's move on to the final 3. Coming in at number 3 is Curtly Ambrose, one of the most terrifying fast bowlers to ever grace Test cricket. Standing 6'7" with a high release point, Ambrose generated vicious bounce and seam movement that made survival an ordeal for even the finest batters. Unlike many quicks, he bowled with minimal emotion, letting his deliveries do the talking. In 98 Test matches, Ambrose claimed 405 wickets at a phenomenal average, dominating in all conditions. He was especially devastating in pressure moments, producing unforgettable spells that turned matches in a matter of overs. Ambrose thrived on flat pitches as much as on seaming surfaces, using accuracy and bounce rather than sheer speed to dismantle lineups. A cornerstone of the legendary West Indies pace era, Ambrose formed one of the greatest bowling partnerships in history alongside Courtney Walsh. Ruthless, precise, and relentlessly effective, Curtly Ambrose remains a benchmark for fast bowling excellence in Test cricket. Coming in at number 2 is Glenn McGrath, the most relentlessly accurate fast bowler Test cricket has ever known. McGrath did not rely on express pace or extravagant swing. Instead, he dismantled the world's best batters through metronomic precision, subtle seam movement, and an unbreakable line and length that exposed even the smallest technical flaws. Across 124 Test matches, McGrath claimed 563 wickets at an exceptional average, dominating both home and away. He was famously devastating against top orders, repeatedly dismissing the greatest batters of his era with ruthless efficiency. Whether on fast Australian pitches or slower overseas surfaces, McGrath's method never failed. Pressure was inevitable, mistakes unavoidable. More than any fast bowler, McGrath embodied consistency. He set the standard for control, durability, and sustained excellence across a long career. A cornerstone of Australia's greatest Test side, Glenn McGrath remains the ultimate example of how precision, discipline, and intelligence can conquer Test cricket. Coming in at number 1 is Malcolm Marshall, the most complete and devastating fast bowler Test cricket has ever produced. Marshall combined genuine pace, late swing, sharp seam movement, and relentless accuracy, all packed into a compact frame that belied his destructive power. Unlike many fast bowlers, he had no weakness, effective with the new ball, lethal with the old, and dominant in every condition around the world. In just 81 Test matches, Marshall claimed 376 wickets at an extraordinary average of 20.94, with a strike rate that rivals the fastest wicket-takers in history. He could destroy top orders in a burst or grind teams down over long spells, often doing both in the same match. His famous spells, including bowling with a broken thumb, exemplified his toughness and skill. Respected by opponents and revered by peers, Marshall set the gold standard for fast bowling. On balance of peak, versatility, impact, and legacy, Malcolm Marshall stands alone at the summit of Test cricket greatness. Fast bowling in Test cricket is a battle of endurance, skill, and courage. Across generations, conditions, and eras, the bowlers on this list didn't just take wickets. They changed matches, intimidated the world's best batters, and defined what greatness with the red ball truly means. From pioneers who bowled on uncovered pitches to modern legends thriving on flat surfaces, every name here earned their place through sustained excellence, match-winning impact, and sheer mental toughness. Rankings will always spark debate, and that's the beauty of cricket history. But these bowlers set the benchmark for what it means to be truly elite in Test cricket. If you enjoyed this countdown, let us know who you think should have ranked higher, who just missed out, or which country produced the greatest fast bowlers of all time. Thank you for watching Real Life Top 10s. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.